Today, we're diving into two very different kinds of riches. First up, we're going to look at the kind of unimaginable wealth held by just a few people on the planet. And then we're going to pivot to a totally different kind of treasure, the amazing hidden facts and wonders that are literally all around us.
All right, let's kick things off with the money. We're about to explore a level of wealth that is so huge, it's concentrated at the absolute peak of the global economy.
Okay, let's dive into this. $16 trillion. Just let that sink in. That's the estimated combined wealth of the world's 3,000 or so billionaires. It's a number so massive, it's kind of hard to even imagine, but it really sets the stage for the people we're about to meet. So, who are the faces behind these astronomical figures? Let's take a look at the names you'll almost always find at the very top of the world's richest list. First up, a name you definitely know. Elon Musk. His net worth often flies past the $400 billion mark. But, and this is super important, that's not cash sitting in a bank account. Almost all of it is tied up in company stock, which means this number can jump up or down like crazy, depending on what the market does on any given day. And where does that value come from? Well, it's this wild fusion of game-changing industries. He's shaking up the auto world with Tesla, literally reaching for the stars with SpaceX, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with XAI. Next on our list is a true titan of the software world, a guy who basically helped build the digital plumbing we all rely on today, Larry Ellison. With a net worth hanging around $220 billion, his fortune is all about the incredible long-term success of his company Oracle. In fact, when Oracle's stock is doing really well, he's been known to leapfrog other people right to the top of this very exclusive list. So what does Oracle even do? Think of it as a giant in software and cloud computing. They were pioneers in managing data, and today, millions of businesses all over the world count on Oracle's tech to keep their information safe and running smoothly. Okay, so from the back end of business software, let's pivot to the guy who completely rewired how we connect with each other. Mark Zuckerberg. His fortune is around $250 billion, and his story is really the ultimate modern fairy tale, right? An idea that started in a college dorm room grew into something that connects billions of people across the entire planet. But his wealth isn't just about Facebook anymore. No way. It's now tied to this much bigger vision of meta platforms, which includes his total dominance in social media, huge investments in virtual reality, and of course, the long-term, super ambitious goal of building the metaverse. And next, we've got the man who took a simple online bookstore and turned it into the everything store, changing the way we shop forever. Jeff Bezos. His net worth is sitting around $235 billion. He didn't just build a website. He created a whole global machine for commerce that completely reset what we expect when it comes to speed and convenience. Now, here's a fun fact. While most of us know Amazon for those brown boxes that show up at our door, the company's biggest moneymaker is actually AWS, Amazon Web Services. It's the king of cloud computing, powering a massive chunk of the internet. And yeah, just like Musk, he's also got his eyes on the stars with his own space company, Blue Origin. So you're probably seeing a pattern here. So far, it's all been about wealth built on code, on data, on disrupting things digitally. But that's not the only way to the top. Now let's check out a whole different world. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the incredible contrast it shows. On one side, you have the tech guys, who scaled up globally through the internet and just pure digital disruption. But on the other side, there's a path built on heritage, on timeless craftsmanship, and achieving global scale through sheer exclusivity. And the absolute master of this path is Bernard Arnault and his family. He's constantly battling for that #1 spot as the world's richest person. And his fortune comes from the LVMH Group, the biggest luxury goods company on Earth. He is living proof that fortunes can be built not just on tech, but on fashion, history, and the power of luxury. So we've been talking about billions and trillions, about these people who've really shaped our modern world. But if we only focus on these huge numbers, we might be missing other truths that are just as incredible, hiding right in front of us. I mean, it's so easy to get wrapped up in these massive numbers. But is wealth really the only thing that's fascinating or important about our world?
Get this. The albatross, that giant seabird, can actually sleep while it's flying. It's just gliding over the ocean with half of its brain snoozing. A true multitasker. I mean, in its own way, isn't that just as mind-blowing as a billion-dollar company?
And that one little fact kind of brings us to a really important point. Maybe, just maybe, the greatest fortune you can find isn't measured in dollars and cents at all. So, the crucial point is this. Our world is absolutely jam-packed with wonder. From the sheer scale of the global economy to the tiny details of how an animal lives, there is always something fascinating hiding just under the surface, just waiting for us to find it. You see, the real treasure is curiosity itself. So I'll just leave you with this question. What's the most interesting fact you've stumbled upon lately?